I'm not done talking to you yet. There's more I want to know.
Already heard you once, long ago, and loud enough for history to hear. Tired of your messages. Still, curiosity drove you this far. Let's see what else it can do.
I want to know more about this package I delivered.
You know what it was. Had symbols of America on it. New markings from after the Great War. Thought it might be America come again. Promise of another future. Another flag.
But what was it?
It was a piece of machinery. Military, holding memories, codes maybe. When it woke, made these sounds, words. When it spoke, the divide became fire. The ground tore apart like the skies. Through it all, kept calling out, maybe calling for home.
What do you mean when it woke?
Machine couldn't speak by itself. Needed a terminal to access it. Like the terminals in the silos here. Or the machine with you. When it was connected, it started speaking. And the divide answered.
This canyon is miles long, maybe longer. Where can I find you?
At the end of the divide, through the trenches and wreckage, that's where you'll find me. My new home, here, amongst dead men. You and that machine. Keep your eyes on the tower that cuts the horizon. You'll find your way. Made it this far. Not much farther to go.
Calm down. More rockets that I don't use. But I can sell them all. The floor being so uneven is quite the experience. I keep wanting to mouse wheel through my weapons. I know that you pick up so many weapons that's potentially unhelpful, but I don't know. Mouse wheel being assigned to zoom out your character doesn't seem any more helpful. How you guys doing down there? I'm so good at aiming. That one didn't even make a sound. That seems improbable. It's a metaphor. Oh! My character did that thing where you go off a cliff, kind of, but because your hitbox is kind of pill-shaped, you also don't quite go off. I wonder if there's like a moral check. Maybe get a worse ending if you blew up too many of these warheads. I don't know. It's just like a thing floating up there. What I can't help but think is that it feels wrong to blow up warheads, given the narrative context of the setting and so on, both this DLC and just Fallout as in general. But the game's like, whoa, wacky achievement progress, look how you've gotten this many of the warheads out of this many that are in the game total. Dang. Look at you go. The Blade of the West. Okay, but only because I can use it to merge with my current weapon, probably. Living by the Blade of the West. Nobody remembers that show. But I do. It's a furry show. Oh, hello. Ulysses log. Honestly, it kind of has a good theme song, too. Kind of kicks ass for a children's show. Out on the mesa. I'm hesitant because I'm immediately like, not sure if I'm gonna actually win the whole the whole lyric test of like whether or not you can remember what they are. Oop. We're the real cowboys, doling out that law and order and living by the code of the West. One of the 500 shows that took very heavily after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles after it was extremely successful. Really wish this. I don't know, I've said it 500 times, so I just wish that things were categorized better. This one doesn't like crit chance +5. Is that a magazine or is it a book? You have to tell by the cover whether something's a magazine or a book, and sometimes it's easy to tell, and sometimes it's less obvious. But it's like the primary indicator of whether or not something might be a permanent skill up or a temporary thingy. That all just gets annoying. Ulysses luck. Ooh.
Meant to show respect, bribe me for Kaiser's favor, echoing mannerisms and words. Showed them tech caches, taught them the workings of chamber and powder, spoke of Kaiser's pride in those that used such things. Lies. And then they tried to honor me, not the Legion. They brought me before the campfire one night, showed me how they changed themselves, how they wore their hair now. It was like my entire dead tribe in the firelight, teeth grinning red in the dark, eager corpses, blood-covered ghosts. They had taken my braids, the way of the twisted hairs, as if it showed they were like me, of me, while every knot in their braids spoke of raping, violence, and ignorance of what the knots meant. They thought to show respect, defiled it, lost myself in trying to read the braids they wove. When I remembered, they had put no meaning in it. They had no history of what it meant. They didn't even know the insult in the twists, knots. And the dry wells came rushing back. The white legs circled like that. It was like looking at the dead of my tribe, reborn as ghosts, hateful, hungry, bowing to Caesar. Another history, gone, carried by me alone.
That was weird. The time ran out and it kept going. Like it's not quite in sync. There have been so few audio logs in this game. I feel like I remember there being more in the Fallout games. Probably because of how just...
Dad! Hey, Dad! Check out this robot I found!
Careful, Tommy. I've never seen a robot like that before. It might be dangerous.
He's not dangerous. Look, he's hurt. Can we take him home, Dad? Maybe Mom can fix him.
I don't know, son. What if someone comes looking for it?
Please? He looks so lonely. Maybe if Mom fixes him, he can help her out around the garage.
All right, boy. But if he breaks anything, it's coming out of your allowance.
Yay! He'll be just like Ralphie. Only this one's not a toy.
Impressive how I managed to stop right on the threshold of that trigger happening. I feel like there was more... I thought I remembered more audio logs in these games. Maybe there were more in 3. But I might just have my memory colored by BioShock, which is just saturated with them. And set up a trend of constant audio logs and writing on walls and environmental storytelling. Sounds like that kid was pretty fond of you. Why'd you leave? You gave that up to continue Whitley's mission? Was it worth it? You still haven't made it to Navarro yet. Where did this happen? Illinois. So that's where you got that plate. The other you, I mean. I've been to Chicago. For a furry convention. What's a Chicago? Come on, Eddie. Let's go. Do-do-do. That's the most east I've ever flown. It was for that reason. That's interesting. So his culture has braids, which doesn't stand out massively necessarily, but it's the fact that apparently the braids have a language to how they're woven. There was this like offensive mockery of it in that it was recreated but without the meaning. You found flashbang grenades. Flashbangs are special grenades that deal fatigue damage, reduce enemy weapon skills, and have a chance to frenzy tunnelers. Oh. I think those just have been around and I've just been opting not to pick them up. Because admittedly, I don't really want to switch to a grenade ever. I'm fine. I've got my setup. So with grenades, it's largely a choice of like, do I want to try to sell this later? Unlike ammo, it does weigh something. But not a ton. Ugh. Mines are so startling in this game. They're so startling. It's always a little heart attack moment, like god damn. Oops. Misclicked and just drank the antivenom. Whoa. Whoa. Game chugged there a bit. I don't know what caused that one. That might have just been like some sort of computer thing in the background. I wonder why they're even holding on to bottle caps. Light armor. Oh! Oh, there's one. Okay, there's some of them. My compass has been covered in enemies this whole time, but I couldn't see any of them. I was like, where the hell are they hiding? They in here? Are the other ones on top of here? Oop. I don't have to fight. Oop, there we go. I was about to say, like, if they don't want to come out, I could just leave. I don't have to fight them. They're gonna keep hiding away. Whoa! I haven't died for 100 years. The mines didn't help. Also, damn. Yeah, I think I charged directly into him while he was firing his rocket. Oy! Ay, 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 ay. Okay, nope. Gonna hop past your whole minefield here and just go around the corner real quick. Okay, that's gonna be a problem for me. Alright, well, I can still fight here. We are building up my rads. Would you guys like to detonate the mines? For fun? Why don't you detonate mines? I bet if I attack you, I'll detonate the mine. Nope, not yet. Lord of Death, just kill anything 700 times? Okay. He was about to do it again. Gonna have to hope this doesn't kill me. Just trying to stand back. And I'm sure it's a console thing where oftentimes the controls are restricted. Ooh. I knew something was up because it wasn't giving me controls. It wouldn't let me bring up my menu, so I kind of clocked that. Oh, some kind of like scripted cutscene is basically happening right now. More mines. No, I don't really want to go in that building actually. I definitely wish, it was the thought I was trying to say earlier before things kept happening. I do really wish you could mouse wheel through weapons that you've favorited or something. Ah! I almost died just now. Ow. God, the mines are so hard to see. And here I'm just trying to find my objective. And yes, I do see the irony in that I was trying to talk about whatever thought I keep trying to express, and then another thing keeps surprising me. Are these indicating where to go? These flags? Maybe. Nope, can't open that. So much for that idea. But I keep thinking, I was trying to talk about how like I just really wish the game let you mouse wheel through weapons that that let you like favorite or something to separate it from the rest of your inventory. That's just noise, because obviously this is a game where you can pick up way too many weapons with lots of duplicates, and so like normal shooter controls don't quite apply, but also they should do something on some level. Because having to pause in a game where they introduce more and more weapons as control gimmicks, it feels a little bit like what people don't like about like the water temple. And the game is just like, hey, constantly pause, look for the right item, and then switch to it over and over again. Except in Zelda, at least, it was like, here's a grid of icons, and you memorize which one is which, and you get muscle memory about how to quickly get to that specific item to do what you want to do. Whereas in these games, the weapons that you pick up are all jammed in one inventory. There it is. Yeah, there's not much to do here. They're all jammed in one inventory with each other. And so every random thing you pick up also is listed alongside the things you actually like to use day to day. And they're sorted in a way that you can't control, so you can't even, like, develop a methodology for quickly selecting the things you do want to select. It got real dark real fast. I think I got some sarsaparillas. Would you like heart problems? Boy, howdy, have I got the trick for you. Ow. Yep. Ooh. I was getting in some trouble there. You just burn through some of my expired stim packs, why not? We don't always have to try to use the food and be efficient and stuff. I could just fill that health bar right now. There's Yeti. I knew that he went unconscious, but I was under the impression that he would just get back up anyway. The struggle with this weapon is that it has such a slow wind-up that it's very hard to actually hit first in melee. Oh. Oh. Weren't my HPs full? HP plurals, H's pieces. The Reese's pieces, H's pieces. I'll just be honest, I don't know how I died. That one surprised me. Did I just get suddenly hit by several people at once? Did they jump at me? Did my health... Maybe my health just dropped way quicker than I thought it did? I could have sworn that I got hit maybe once before I died. Sounds like they blew out your primary stabilizing jets. Can't believe you kept going after that. No wonder you didn't make it all the way to Navarro. Wait. Isn't there a Fallout? Is it this game? Isn't there like a trailer or intro cinematic or something that's like this type of robot playing music jauntily and then like collapsing or something? I don't know. I feel like this is a callback to something a long time ago. What was that? Lucky you got away from them. They would have sold you for scrap in a heartbeat. Sounded bad. No time to talk. I don't like the look of this place. We should keep moving. I've already died here once. Let's do it again. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, the Tunneler Queen. It was you, wasn't it? I have 1 health again. Oh my god. Huh. Stim addict 40. I've only used 40? K-fungus is back. That's surprisingly little use of stim packs over the course of the playthrough because I keep using food, I guess. The early game prioritized me using food because stim packs were kind of a rare resource that they could save me during a fight, so it made sense to try to use any food that I had instead. And food seemed really powerful because it could get you a lot of your health back, at least eventually. Part of me kind of misses the tone of the early playthrough where I was like kind of struggling to survive a bit more. But it really is a matter of just trying to push your way through fights that take a fair number of hits to get through, and you burn through a fair amount of your resources without knowing, without ever getting to get ahead of the curve. So you're always like burning through the stuff as fast as you're getting it, so you never quite build up. But it's a game where exploration and combat are not tied to each other. You can just do one without the other for long stretches. So just kind of what happens is what happens with every open world game, which is that the open world catches up with you, catches up with the power curve, and before long you just have 1 billion resources, just like in Tears of the Kingdom and so on and so forth. Just a whole thing. At some point I just really did not... I have not really needed my food that much for a while now, because I have so many stim packs that I could just be doing that, but I still try to do best practices, but every now and then I look at my inventory and I'm like, how am I so heavy? and without any sort of sorting systems that involve weight, you can't really easily identify what the fuck you're carrying that's so heavy collectively. That part's rough. You would think that a game that's so significantly about scavenging and inventory management would have tools to help you manage your inventory and tell what you're doing.
Next week on Ralphie the Robot's Incredible Odyssey.
Ralphie, hurry! If mean old General Winters catches you, you'll never make it home! No! Ralphie, fly far, fly fast!
Tune in next Saturday for the exciting conclusion. Only on Vault-Tec Channel 9.
Eddie? What are you doing in here all alone? And who left these old videos playing? Come on, let's get you into your recharge bay. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. This was set up by the posters, which they call attention to with as collectibles even, but I have not found any more really. So, Eddie was basically watching tapes that are like about the equivalent of like E.T. or something, where he's like this beloved hero friend that has to escape from people that are after them. So the kid was imaginary, or I mean it was played by a real kid, but he never met that kid. That kid was an actor in a movie. He's just been playing those things out like their memories. Suddenly a lot of things make more sense. Yes, Eddie, I'm sure Ralphie the robot will be very proud of you. I'll do whatever I can to help you get home, after we deal with things here. Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to find your way home? Sometimes I feel the same way. Why do you think I became a courier? Come on, Eddie. We gotta fly far and fly fast if we want to get to the end of the divide. And then he shoots me, because it's the combat initiated. And there's one just to taunt me. I only found 3. They don't stand out a ton in all the dreariness, and I do keep making a note of posters throughout this run, but they're not that type of poster. There's plenty of other posters to mix them up
That
with.
explosion, that building falling deep in the divide, might have been your work. Wouldn't kill you. Maybe close. Knew you'd survive, but no need to go any farther. You've brought me what I need. That machine with you, sealed in the Hopeville silo. Needed someone to unlock it, bring it home. Now the signal's strong enough. No need for you to carry it anymore. I can call your machine to me.
What, Eddie?
You gave it a name. What was it to you? Companion? Slave, weapon, all of that. Nothing compared to its primary function. It's a messenger, like us, and it shares our history. If you feel its loss, remember, you could have turned away at any time, gone back home, and none of this would have happened. But you had to make one last delivery, and that's why I knew you'd come, courier. Couldn't stay away. It's who you are.
You say I could have left, but I think the pop-up at the beginning of the game says that I couldn't leave. Or at least I couldn't take Eddie with me. So no matter what, Eddie was going with you. What's so important about him?
What's inside that machine? That's all that mattered. All the machines here, made of wreckage from the divide, and all that was brought here. Inside its frame, it carries the message you brought here, and it'll do what it was programmed to do. Whatever it can to get home. The giants here will listen to it. I'll bring the divide to your home, your nation. Let its flag burn, just like you let the divide burn. Big Mountain Access Code, Ulysses. Command override. Navarro.
Everything he was carrying has been transferred to you. Oh, nothing. I didn't give him anything. Ow, though. We did it, Eddie. We got you. Took you to Navarro. Wow, what a happy ending. Where nothing goes wrong. That's some very glowy water in the darkness. I would not drink that. I would not drink that. I would not.